Hello, hi everybody, good evening. Sophie here with my regular Monday night Facebook Live. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well. So tonight, I just wanted to cover this subject because it's that time of year when, well, let's just say there's a lot of kind of hullabaloo, right, on the internet, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, of offering us quick fixes. So that could be quick fixes for really generally to do with weight loss, but it can also be quick fixes to do with gut health. Fix your gut quickly by doing this, detox quickly by doing this, cleanse quickly by doing this, lose. You know what it's like. You at the checkout stand. Not that many of us are shopping right now too much, but the grocery store, and you see all the magazines, and it's like the really quick lose 40 pounds in 30 days, or the one that we see a lot of is flat abs in X amount of time, or really this comes a little bit later in the year, is bikini body. It's when it sort of starts getting warmer outside. So really what I just wanted to dig into tonight a little bit is really, what are they? Why are we attracted to them? And really how to spot them. So do feel free to ask me any questions and comments as we go, and Happy New Year to all of you. So my question is to all of you: have you ever fallen for a quick fix? As in, have you done diets in the past and you're like, oh, I really believed that it was going to be this quick fix for me, and that I was going to be able to do this thing for whatever it was, 30 days, and it would stick forever, and then you were disappointed, and you now realize that in part it was a quick fix. So have you been there before? Let me know if you have. And do ask me any questions as we go, because as we go, I can answer any of your questions. So let's do this first. What is a quick fix? Well, obviously, a quick fix is something that you want to realize very, very quickly. Now, the problem with a quick fix, so you want to lose weight really quickly, you want to solve your health problems really, really quickly, you want to lower your cholesterol really, really quickly, you want to get fit really, really quickly. Now, the problem with that is that almost anything that is going to be lasting isn't a quick fix. So if you were to, attempt to lose, 60 pounds in 30 days or something like that, or have very sudden, rapid weight loss, it's very, very likely that is not going to stick. That is not going to be something that's sustainable. Also, there could be something a little bit off, something a little bit deleterious in there, and I'll talk about that in a second. So a quick fix, I often liken to a Band-Aid as well. It's just like we want a quick, instant result. Obviously, we do. That's why we're attracted to it, right? We want instant gratification. I've been struggling with this problem, whatever the problem is. Very often the problem is weight loss, and I've been struggling with it for so long. And it's become such a sort of tiresome problem. And I've tried all these different approaches and nothing has worked. And that's why we are attracted towards a quick fix, because we please just solve this problem for me and do it quickly. I think also we're attracted to a quick fix because we live now in a sort of instant gratification, society, modern day life, where, we can order it and get it tomorrow. We can order it and get it in 2 days. We can order food and it can arrive tonight or tomorrow. And so we live in this culture of very quick fixes and problems that can be ostensibly might be able to be solved very quickly. But very often that, well, not very often, always is the case. And myself as a health coach and, you know, as a nutritionist, I understand that anything that is worth doing and that is lasting takes time. Okay. So there are many diets out there right now that are quick fixes, and quick fixes often can be identified by, I'll get to that in a second, because I'm going to get to how do we spot a quick fix. So let's get to that in a second. Okay, so well, we'll get to that. So here's what I want to get to now. So why do we seek out quick fixes? Well, I've just explained that. It's something that can quickly solve my problem, hopefully without too much effort. And maybe it's just one thing that I can very quickly do. If I do this one thing, if I drink celery juice every single day, a gallon of celery juice every single day for 3 months, then all my health problems will be cured, and I will have lost weight, and everything will be good. Or I'll take this supplement, or I'll take chaga mushrooms, and my entire body will be detoxed, or whatever it is. And it doesn't really work like that. But it's human nature, obviously. Obviously, it's human nature to seek out something that is quick, that doesn't take too much effort, and that will get us a quick result. But it's a mistake, because there are very, very, very few, if anything. I think the fixes that myself as a coach, if there's anything that is a quick fix, it's going to be on a psychological level. It's going to be a mindset fix. And those who work with me, those who do coaching with me, those who are in my coaching program know exactly what I'm talking about. That in many ways is the only place that you can almost immediately, if you're guided in the right way, maybe flip something, change your focus on something, change your perspective, and literally immediately transform the way that you look at something, the way that you look at yourself, and a belief you have in the world. That is a quick fix that really works. It's a quick fix that sticks. But that's on a deep psychological and mindset point of view, and to do that kind of work, it really does require that you work with a very, very skilled coach. And that kind of work is the most powerful work. When you do that, all the other things that you want in your life, be it the weight loss, the health, the consistency in your habits, sticking to the things that you set out to do for the year, whatever that is, there has to be that mindset piece there. Otherwise, nothing is ever going to stick. Okay, so this is important. So how do we spot a quick fix? So the first thing would be, right off the bat, I'm going to say how we spot a quick fix is anything that seems to be too good to be true. So if it seems to be too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So if it's something like how to hack into your fat stores, how to, I would say if it goes against, if it's like, that's a little bit weird. What? I can do that. I can a ketogenic diet would be a really good example. Promises rapid weight loss. Well, there's a sort of quick fix. Hacking into this thing called, ketones. It seems a little bit scientific, and, you're going to rapidly lose this weight and everything. So there would be a really glowing example to me of a quick fix. But is it something that is going to heal your body from the inside out? Is it something that's going to heal your gut? No. Is it something that's going to heal your body? No. Is it going to lead to disease prevention? No. Because again, All these things that I'm talking about are long term, right? That's why rather than looking forever for a quick fix in anything, I would caution you. And instead, I would invite you to look for what is the long term solution? What's the solution that is actually going to enable me to reach my ideal weight and to stick to it long term, forever, for the rest of my life? Because otherwise, what's the point? You're wasting your time and your energy doing something that's only going to be sustainable for a couple of weeks or 30 days, like the ubiquitous sort of, meal plans and things that are really hard to stick to, or a diet that's really hard to stick to, right? So you always want to think, long term. So spot a quick fix by looking at, is this promising me something that I'm just going to get, immediately, ignoring the long-term effects of whatever said thing is, okay? So ladies and gents, if you're watching, I invite you this year, whatever you're trying to do this year, if you're trying to lose weight, maintain your ideal weight, maybe you already are at your beautiful ideal weight. And when I say ideal weight, it's your healthy weight. We're all different shapes and sizes, and that's beautiful. But really, what I invite you to do, and what it's all about in my community, is guiding your body to its ideal weight. And you'll know when you're at your ideal weight, because you'll feel strong, you will have energy, you won't feel so sluggish. The aches and pains will have dissipated. It sort of goes hand in hand with lowering inflammation, lowering risk of disease, etc. The ladies who I work with, who do my coaching program, they know, they literally get to that point when they're like, and it's different timing for everybody. Again, it's not a quick fix. It can sometimes take a few months for them to, really reach that. But when they're there, they're like, I'm there. I know what it is. It feels right. My body feels that it's at its sort of set balance point where now I can enjoy life. I don't have to worry about this or obsess about it anymore. I'm getting on with living because I'm no longer, it's no longer a roadblock. So you just kind of know when you're at that set place. So that's really what we're talking about with ideal weight. So as again, this is something rarely, very, very rarely, if ever, have I seen as somebody who's a weight management specialist. It's very rare that you're going to see this happening, overnight or even in a few weeks or whatever. So that's how you spot the quick fix. And it's really important. I wanted to talk about it at this time of year, because this time of the year is where you're going to see coming into your feed on Instagram, on social media, on magazine covers, you're going to see so many quick fixes. Here, all you have to do is these three things: quick cheat sheet, quick this, quick that. Doesn't take too much effort, does it? It takes effort. It takes effort and work and understanding and a holistic approach to reach your wellness goals, all of your wellness goals. It takes time and effort and understanding to heal your body. So many women who come to me have things that need to be healed. Maybe it's gut, gut dysbiosis, or there's, some gut issues, or there's all kinds of autoimmune. There's different conditions that require time. Okay, and time and care. So another way that we can spot a quick fix is it's that one thing. It's like, here's the miracle, boom. Okay. And being in this space, as I've been in this space for many, many years now, I've seen them come and go over the years. So I've been in this space now for 15 years, a good 15 years. And there's this huge health expo. It's down in Anaheim in California, right next door to Disneyland. And over the last decade, it's grown from being like a few warehouses big. It's called the Health Expo West, and it's every single health trend that has ever existed suddenly appears at this huge expo. And now it's like, if you can imagine massive, massive stadiums, it's like you can't even in 3 days get through all of the different products and protocols and everything. But why I'm bringing this up is it's almost like what am I trying to say here? It's like a great place for me to spot all the quick fixes, because all you are going to see are trends in there. And so we've gone through over the years, gosh, in the last 10 years, I've waded through so many different trends. But what's really interesting is you'll see things like, back in the day, and it's not so much now, but it was all about coconut oil, MCT oil in everything. This is going to be your quick fix. This is going to help you to lose weight, solve your health problems. It's a miracle product. And it was coconut oil, I don't know, coconut oil candy, coconut oil in this, every single kind of coconut oil you can imagine, stands of coconut oil, books on coconut oil, the coconut oil promise, the coconut oil cure. It was endless. And it was also a quick fix. It was that thing of like, oh my gosh, if I eat coconut oil, then my gut health is going to get better and my autoimmune conditions are going to get better. And people are even, touting it for weight loss, which is absolutely ridiculous because it's a saturated fat. And it's a saturated fat that is actually not a health food and can lead to cardiovascular disease. So there you go. So that was a quick fix that went a little bit awry. I think it's still being touted in some circles. So that's one. But another one, and there are many quick fixes that aren't quite as onerous as that one, such as something like celery juice. So that was big in the early part of 2020. That's when it really hit the Instagram feeds, and the latter part of it sort of started cropping up in 2019. And it was suddenly everybody was doing the celery juice. I've done 90 days this, 90 days that. And you would see the before and after pictures on Instagram and all of that business. And, again, that when we see, and I'm not really wanting to vilify celery juice. There's nothing wrong with celery juice. It's fine. Drink your celery juice. It can be wonderful. It's full of electrolytes and it can be quite healthy. But that's an example of, yes, it's healthy. Do you need to drink gallons of it every day? Absolutely not. Is it an absolute miracle cure? The science isn't there. Now, certainly, anecdotally, a lot of people were going, it completely has worked for me. I feel 100% better because this, and this. But very, very often, there's a bigger story behind that. So that person who might have drunk a gallon of celery juice every single day also might have replaced instead of waking up in the morning and drinking coffee, they're drinking celery juice. So that feels better because instead of dehydrating their body and their entire system, they're hydrating it with lots of electrolytes because that's what celery juice is. Maybe also they've been on a bit of a health kick and they've given up other things. And that's very often the case that you want to look at with quick fix weight loss diets as well, is even, when people initially, and you might have had that false hope yourself of being on a quick rapid weight loss diet, is initially you're like, oh, I am losing weight and I am feeling better. But also notice that almost every single weight loss diet, whether it's keto or anything, even plant-based, it will necessitate, part of it is that you'll be cutting out the usual suspects, such as sugar and processed foods and things like that. So you're going to feel better. And if you're going from a really junky diet, a standard American diet, a SAD diet, to that, you're going to be having, you're going to see some results, initially and feel better. But again, very, very often, it's a quick fix. And then, so what you really want to do, this is the thing that I really want to sort of drive home today in this conversation, is what about long term? Ask yourself that question. What about long term? Actually, I'm going to put that here. What about long term? Okay, so here we go. What about long term? So that's really what I wanted to drive home tonight. So think about that. So as you're thinking about everything that you want to change this year, and everything that you want to achieve this year, be it weight loss, be it, you want better health, maybe you want more energy, whatever it is, think about the long-term solution. So rather than the quick fix solution, ask yourself, what's the long-term solution? Meaning that whatever I'm looking at, is it sustainable? Is it going to be sustainable over time? Am I going to be able to be living this way and doing this thing a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now? Is it a lifestyle? Because a lifestyle, generally, if it's a lifestyle, it means that it's not a quick fix. It's going to be a long-term deal. And so whether you're looking to improve your gut health, whether you're looking to detox, don't love that word, whether you're looking to cleanse, whatever you are looking to do, how is it going to pan out long term? And that's what you really want to ask yourself as you are going forward and as you're looking at all these different things that are being presented to you right now. Is this something that I could ostensibly be doing for the next 10 years of my life? Because here's the thing with quick fixes, is that you might say, and again, it's human nature to want a quick fix, but you might go, well, it doesn't really matter. I just need to get into this dress for this wedding coming up, or I'm going on vacation, or I just need to, lose this weight rapidly for whatever it is. But just think that through a minute, because it's so discouraging. I speak to women every day, and how discouraging is it to do something to get a result? It's like that kind of classic, the sort of bridal diet, and you see these a lot in magazines like Us magazine or magazines, the sort of post-baby diet, celebrities, how they suddenly lost all this weight by doing whatever it was because they wanted to get rid of their post-baby fat, or because they were getting married, or because whatever it was, they had a big birthday coming up. But okay, well and good, they did whatever said diet was. But then what happens after that? What happens after the wedding, or the big birthday, or the big reunion, or the big whatever it is? What happens a few months down the line? How discouraging and how debilitating to have all that weight come back on again. And then you're like, oh, it's so self-defeating. So the good news is that you can have both. The wonderful news is that if you do it, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to look at it from a holistic point of view and understand that anything that you want to do for health and for weight loss requires a holistic approach. That means that it is a mind, body, spirit approach. It requires mindset. It requires the psychology piece. It requires your, obviously, physiological changes, lifestyle changes that you need to make, but also spiritual. It's practical and spiritual. And the beautiful thing is that when all of these things come together, then you have a beautiful recipe for success that takes it beyond just being weight loss for weight loss sake, and takes it beyond you becoming the highest expression of yourself, which is really ultimately what most of us really truly want, so that we can be that, and so that we can best be there and be of service and serve, everybody else that we want to in our life, and be the best that we can be. So it takes all of that. And you might think, well, what has that got to do with something like even gut health? Well, it has everything to do with gut health. Because if you're stressed out, if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're, under pressure, no amount of supplements, probiotics, could you put into your gut, or even dietary changes could you make that would heal your gut, because it has to be from every single level. So that is why holistic health, functional health, integrative health, whatever you want to call it. But from my point of view, as both a mindset coach, a nutritionist, and a weight management specialist, I passionately believe that it takes every facet of you is involved in this process, and it is a journey, not a quick fix. So I hope this resonates with some of you this evening. Yes, absolutely, nourishing foods. Same kind of thing with beauty products, absolutely, Maureen. Let's see. Let me just see. Food portions, while you learn about portions. Okay, this is really great. So I'm going to just pop this question up here. So Lindsay, fantastic question. So Lindsay had a question, and we literally have 5 more minutes for any questions that you want to ask. So Lindsay said, quick question, food, I think you meant food scales. Food scales. So food scales. Are these beneficial to preliminary gauge food portions while you learn about portions? I used them years ago for wedding prep, but tossed it. You know, Lindsay, I am not personally a huge fan of portion size, of food, of any kind of restriction or portion measuring, because I think it kind of plays into that mindset of restriction, of like, oh, I can only eat this amount. And then it gets into that kind of rather scarcity of like, oh my gosh, that's such a little amount and I'm so hungry. What? And I can only eat that. And it sort of gets this whole mindset thing going that you're like, oh, I'm hungry and I'm denying myself. I take a different approach, Lindsay, and my approach is much more toward you eat until you're full. You eat until satiety. But there's a huge caveat with that, but you have to eat the right kinds of foods, because you have to eat the foods that are going to nourish you. You don't obviously eat to satiety, and foods are very addictive. So when I work with women in my program, we go all out to all intents and purposes, what to the outside world could seem quite extreme. I don't know if there's any of my clients on this live stream tonight. Do say if you're there and say how you're loving, if you are, the foods and the nourishing foods that you're now feeding your body with. But yeah, so for me, it's a great question, Lindsay, but it's not something that I recommend is controlling portion size. I mean, obviously, if anybody, not you, but if anybody is watching this and you have food addiction and you binge and you tend to really, you know that you overeat and that, you know, you can plow your way through an enormous bowl of whatever it is, then the underlying issue will be indeed that there's a little bit of a food addiction issue, and then that's what we have to deal with. That's what we have to heal. That's what we need to look at. And there's no shame or blame or judgment with that. It's a very, very real thing for many women. We along the scale can just be almost all of us comfort eat, but comfort eating can obviously go much further and can turn into full scale. I just can't stop when I start, and I just am filling this void or whatever it is. So what we need to do is deal with the cause, not the problem. So if anybody's in that camp trying to reduce portion size, is really just a band-aid, a fix. It's a quick fix, actually, that is not going to deal with the actual problem. So thank you for that question. That was a great question. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Genevieve, hello. I'm so glad you're on. Genevieve is one of my beautiful clients, and Genevieve is nourishing herself with beautiful, beautiful foods, right, Genevieve? And you are not finding yourself being denied. There's no feeling of denial. So I think that, do share that if you would like, Genevieve. Okay, I'm going to just take another couple of quick questions here. So this is Kelly. So Kelly, what foods, drinks do you think give lasting energy? So I think for our energy, we really want to be looking towards our complex carbs. So our complex carbs are our body's preferred source of fuel. It's our brain's preferred source of fuel. So our body was designed to need and want these complex carbs. And that's why diets that are low carb or carb cycling or carb free or carb whatever it is are never sustainable, because eventually your natural biology is going to get the better of you, and your brain literally your physiology needs complex carbs. Again, it is your body's preferred source of fuel. So a complex carb will be, it's a huge variety of food, complex carbs. It's not just, it's going to be your grains, your intact grains. More so, if you watch my live stream with Dr. Greger, I would go further than just whole grains, your intact grains, your beautiful fruits, your veggies, your legumes, your beans, etc. Those are complex carbs. They're complex because your body has to work to break them down. Unlike sugar, refined carbs like your white breads and pastries and pastas and anything white like that goes straight in. Your body doesn't have to work to break it down. It's a simple sugar. Your blood sugar spikes and then you gain weight. But with complex carbs, your body has to work really hard to break those carbs down. So the glucose or the sugar is slow release, and that gives you energy. It's a huge mistake to take carbs out of your diet, because your energy will plummet and you will not be satisfied. So it was a great question, Kelly. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I know, I love this color. Look, it's right here, right now. It's by Spa Ritual, and it is called, I'll let you know what it's called. It is called Inner Life. Inner Life is one of my favorite. I love all the Spa Ritual colors, but that's a lovely one. All right, my ladies. Yeah, jumpy. Yeah, she says she's never deprived of beautiful foods, of course. And Genevieve is just amazing. And I think Genevieve, Genevieve is a great example. Genevieve, sorry to put the spotlight on you here, but I'm just going to say this out loud for you, is Genevieve is a fantastic example of a client of mine who came into my coaching program. And by the way, if anybody wants the link to jump on a breakthrough call with me, which is how Genevieve started off her journey. If you're really struggling with your weight, if you're struggling on your weight loss journey, you can ask for the link, and I can pop a link in the, give you the link to set up a breakthrough call with me. So you're welcome to do that. But that is there for you, the breakthrough call, if you're really ready and really needing right now. You're like, I am ready. I'm at the end of my rope. I need help. I need support. And that is absolutely, what I need to be doing absolutely right now. So if you need the link, say link please, and I'll put it in after the live stream. But Genevieve, and I'm going to finish with this, is a wonderful example, because Genevieve came to me and she, really needed and wanted to improve her health and lose a significant amount of weight. And Genevieve has lost a significant amount of weight, but she's doing it in a way, and you're welcome to comment here. I know you can't speak live, Genevieve. I'll actually invite you. I have to invite you on a live, Genevieve. But Genevieve is doing this in a way that is so nourishing and healthy and respectful to her body, her taste buds, her sensibility, her way of life. She's doing it in the right way. And as a result, she feels amazing. She looks absolutely stunning and beautiful, and she's in it for the long haul. It is a long-term solution. And Genevieve could just as well have reached for, and I think probably did in the past, right, Genevieve, a quick fix solution because, oh my gosh, I need to lose all this weight. I need a quick fix, blah, blah, blah. And it's not anybody's fault that we fall for these things, but we do, they're available, they look shiny, they look quick, they look easy. But I'm really glad that you didn't do that, Genevieve, because it just would have been another false hope that would have led you to that place of feeling really hopeless and helpless again. So I just really want to celebrate Genevieve. And also, you know, again, as I say to all of my ladies who work with me, it's not easy, you know, what I teach. And I think really anything that you want in life, if you want an amazing result, and you really want transformation, it is going to take commitment, it's going to take resourcefulness, and it's really going to take you showing up and being willing to do the work. And that's exactly what you've done, Genevieve. So super duper proud of you. All right, that's all I have got time for tonight. I don't see any other questions. So I will love you and leave you. And again, if you want the link either to watch my masterclass, which really goes over my entire philosophy, my holistic philosophy, it touches on that, all the different facets that I sort of weave into what I do. And when I help ladies to reach their full potential, you can go and look at the masterclass, and you could say masterclass link, please. Or if you really feel that this is the year for you and you're like, I'm kind of desperate now and I really, really need help. It's really, if you are in that place that you feel that you can't do it on your own, then you might want to consider, you know, hopping on a breakthrough call, and we can get some clarity for you around that. So have a beautiful rest of your week. Thank you for being on, everybody, all my lovely regulars. I love you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.